Should be. Hi, Shan. Hi, everybody. Sorry for the burp. I don't know what happened. Literally, Steam kind of just exploded for no reason, and then I had to like restart it. So yeah, happy Wednesday, happy New Year. Hope the day has been restful and or productive for y'all. I just slept. To be honest, hi Shen. I was up celebrating with a friend, and yeah, just slept. So yeah, I'm here. I at least managed to what's the word I'm looking for? The word is gonna come to me when it comes to it. Wow, I completely forgot the thing I was going to say. Right, no, I remember. At the very least, I accomplished one of my New Year's cleaning goals, which was all of my laundry was at least done when the New Year started. So now the only things left to do, right? Uh, the only things left are sweep and clean and dust and a bunch of other stuff, which is just I don't mind. Like, it's one thing where like washing dishes, as much as I forget to do it sometimes, washing dishes is at least therapeutic. So yeah, that's the plan for the next couple of days. Sweep and do stuff. Sort out the rest of that trip. But that's a whole other thing. Well, actually, level 7. We'll pop in. Anyway, let me go pull up the thing I'm actually doing, and we're gonna get in on that. Yeah, Happy New Year. Okay, that bot. Yeah, I have seen it. I never bought Infinite, so I can't play it. But it is already much more interesting a game visually than Base was, and I would be willing to give it a try just on those vibes alone if I actually had Infinite. Oh right, think of redeem the things. I almost forgot. And then I looked over at my activity. Oh, give me 1 second. I gotta do it. Back into it. Thankfully, it's not as certainly cold as it's been, I suppose, like last week. So, this is less uncomfortable. think redeemed it. I have to get an extender for this belt because these are normally like kids. So yeah, Vinka literally did it while we were while I was waiting for stuff to start. So we are. Hey, Bob. Let me see. Team. There's only one person who can stop. And that's me. Sure. And hopefully the ads didn't catch everybody, because I realized literally right as I did it, I was like, hopefully if we're lucky, ads won't absolutely catch us again. Fortunately, because for whatever reason my internet decided to burp while we were loading in initially, I was like, oh, it knocked us straight off. It knocked us straight out. But hopefully ads didn't eat that. If they did, then hopefully I'll hear from everybody that's not stuck in ad that actually went through and didn't get eaten by the ad, because that would be a shame. Perfect. And ad break should be clear now if it did actually double up, which is honestly, to me, that's kind of like the most ratchet thing, right? It's like, oh yeah, it's like, oh yeah, hey, so because your stream crashed, or because your stream lost connection, yeah, the ad timer resets. There are so many things about that that's super janky. And like, it was weird. I got hit by the second ad break within like 30 seconds. Okay, which means that the authorized got eaten up. Which means I'll probably have to do it again at some point. Because I didn't know it was going to hit at that particular point. I would have waited for the ad to hit before doing it. Yeah, as Twitch does. I'm taking a second just to double check some finances. Also because I'm debating whether or not I want to order it. But I probably should. Otherwise, eating is. I did eat at least something else earlier today when I woke up, but dinner is important. Hold on, this is a pause expecting. Hold on. Yeah. Sorry about that, y'all. I was expecting that call, or I was thinking that it was a callback that probably wind up hitting whenever. So I just wanted to catch that. Just touching base with somebody. Let me order dinner right quick and sort out some other stuff. Yeah, sorry about that. Just wanted to make sure that I answered that call because handle and we should be good. The only question is what to order. I think Chipotle strike is still going on, right? Let me double check. Yep. Okay. Cool. Chipotle strike is still going on, so we're not getting that. Looks like it's probably Taco Bell again. Let's see. Subway. Wingstop. Or I could get Thai food. Thai food is cheaper. Nah, let's do Taco Bell. After that, I'll catch us up on about 4, 5, 6, 3. If I manage to get done, great. Okay, so dinner is handled. Pension's handled. All right, I forgot to turn off. But hang on, I gotta get off the doctor. One second. I bought the timers. Let's turn off. Or let's turn off the message. Okay. Okay. So, yeah, the ad break. Yeah, the ad break case is not active. So I'll probably wind up doing it again. I'll probably wind up doing it again at some point, but okay. So let's talk turkey. Turkey, so to speak. What have I been doing since the last time we did this? I did add the other. I did add the other character. And her whole theming is about being a witch, right? So her special ability is 8-directional flight. Take the scar physics. It is. It's all keyframe, really. So rather than using like any kind of like in-game clock physics or whatever, I literally, when I was animating the way that the character runs and moves, I animated like all the keyframes by hand. For me personally, anyway, certain kinds of plot physics, certain kinds of plot physics are, at least to me, better done keyframed as opposed to like relying on actual plot physics, you know? But that's also just because I am a crotchety, I can't even say old man as a jest because like I'm not even 35 yet, but I am becoming a crotchety, hey Stubby, I am approaching crotchety millennial status, and so I'm used to like, oh right, Street Fighter 3 and it's lovingly pixeled out like cloth animations, etc. Right, etc. Rather, and so sometimes, not all the time, but like sometimes when I see, also hi Steph. So whenever I happen to see clock physics that get like really wild and wibbly and funny like that, I'm like, you could have keyframed that. But that's me. So yeah. The cape here, it's all keyframes, is what I'm saying basically. I get it for sure. Why just algorithms do the work when you can be simply done correct? Yeah. Taco Bell will be here in a little bit. So yeah, so basically speaking, each of the 3 characters in Core Busters all kind of like have a different sort of characteristic, both in terms of their weapons and in terms of their abilities. So Koro's whole thing, the character that I started with first, her whole thing is extreme mobility. And when I get around to actually animating her attacks, well, not animating, when I get around to like actually making sure that her attack button works correctly, you will see that she's basically just kind of like all melee. So her whole thing is, if you're going to equate, not that you can directly equate each of the characters like a Mega Man archetype, it's not quite that simple, but Koro is very much closer to Zero from like the Mega Man X and Zero games, where it's like, yeah, a lot of her stuff is close contact, close quarters fight. That's kind of her thing, right? And then the other guy who I haven't like done yet, but I think I'll probably start his tonight, I think is what we're gonna do, since Voke's stuff works correctly in terms of like being able to like fly and unfly and stuff like that. That works the way that it's supposed to. So basically at this point, the only thing we really need to work on is like getting fucked stuff. And that shouldn't be too bad, I don't think. So let's see. That one. Children. Local. That. Okay. I've got this guy. Skill. We are going to move the script from here. Right now, do anything. And now I have to sort of figure out, or rather remember, the way that I set this up. Do I still have Unity Hub on? Okay. I need to now go back and re-reference something that I haven't worked on in a while. I gotta take a second and actually open up the old. I gotta open up the old Unity version of our core busters to remind myself specifically of the way that I wrote um, the booster code for all of this. Because it's been a hot. Okay. So now I gotta wait for Unity to open, and I'm gonna literally play the Unity version of our core busters and remind myself of the way that I had the options set up. And we're gonna go from there because haven't looked at I haven't looked at um, I haven't looked at that for like a while. So I know that y'all. Oh, I guess I can also pull up. You know, I might be able to share the Unity. I might be able to share the Unity window stuff, but one of the other reasons why I don't like Unity is because at least these days, is because Unity also has this thing where you can't capture the Unity window because it can't capture the Unity window normally because it has a bad habit of jumping around. It has a bad habit of jumping around between other windows when you try to do stuff, but they might have actually finally fixed that somehow, surprisingly. I accidentally. All right. So this is the old Unity version of um, our core busters. I just have to remind myself of the way. Okay. It starts full. That's it. I just have to remind myself. So the thing I'm going to be rebuilding back into the Unity version is being able to do like 8-directional launching, as well as being able to like stomp on enemies and knock them out that way. A couple other things that are related, right? A lot of the accessibility stuff, as controls in this game are mostly related to funks stuff. You have a thing where the booster either automatically restarts or not, and an option where you can save it. So, yeah, because basically, right, the options that I had set up were mostly around that sort of thing. And if you don't have the auto booster on, you have the option of either like having to hold it, right? Charge it, and then press it again, right? Hold it until it's charged up, and you can do that. And that's kind of like the basic idea behind how it works. And those are the general things that I have to kind of like keep in mind. So auto booster, press hold, and it looks like my food got. I'm gonna pick it up, and then basically speaking, we're gonna sort out funks stuff after that. I just needed a reminder of how it was set up and what things I need to sort of consider in mind as we start like putting together the programs. I just didn't remember off the top of my head. I just have to take a look and remind myself. So yeah, the reason why I talked about all that for as long as I did is that aside from not remembering the way that I had the options set up and the way that I had the booster behavior set up and just needing the reminder for myself, a thing that I think is important to talk about in video games, I'm gonna go pour myself. Are the conceits of approachability versus accessibility, right? I think that, and it's important to sort of delineate those things, not because they don't cross over, but because they don't always cross over, right? So for me, right, people say accessibility. They tend to talk about remappable controls and difficulty settings and like color blindness settings and subtitle settings and all of those things together all at once and call that all accessibility. And while I don't necessarily, I'm not like going like that's wrong, right? It's not that sort of thing, but I think that sometimes it's important to delineate one from the other, because sometimes there are things that people call an accessibility problem that's really more of like an approachability. And so when I say accessibility, for me, right, I consider that largely to be about things that help let me go look at the actual thing that I wrote. I wrote this, and the way that Sean wrote it when he was thinking about how to explain this idea is a lot clearer than me trying to remember what I wrote off the top of my head. Right. So let me go back to past and explain this. Right. A game can be made more accessible for a variety of players, including disabled players. A variety of players. Just addressing accessibility issues alone doesn't necessarily mean the mechanics of the game are any easier to parse as a result of addressing this. At least not. At that point, the problem isn't that people are unable to play the game because of, say, bad subtitles, inability to connect controls, or color blindness both being missing. Is that the game is actively working against letting the player develop comfort with the game on a mechanical interaction. That's where we cross over from discussing accessibility issues to talking about making the game more approachable. Looking at these issues separately and knowing when and how to do so lets you better control how they play off each other once they intersect as a designer. As a player, or even as a reviewer, it gives you the space to look at how accessibility and approachability issues are either feeding into one another or are distinct from each other. Right? So, for me, right, I feel like I need to sort of specify this. Control rebinding, for example, is what I would consider a crossover case. The article talks about them when I wrote it. It talks about them separately and it goes back over. Rebindable controls is a crossover case, where it's both an approachability thing and an accessibility. You are focusing, when you talk about approachability, at least from my perspective, it's like you're focusing on design decisions and game options that focus on ease of player interaction with the game and understanding the game from a gameplay and mechanics perspective. It is not about the presentation, whether that's visual, audio, or whatever. It's about the mechanical feeling, right? So yeah, control remapping and control rebinding is a crossover case between approachability and accessibility because you are mechanically adjusting the way that the game works, right? But it's also a user experience, which I consider part of like accessibility. When you're working on UX stuff, I think of that under the accessibility umbrella. And so, at least for control remapping, for example, that's a crossover case. But things like, for example, difficulty modes, invincibility mode or cheat code options, tutorials, trial areas, variant gameplay modes that do other stuff. I consider all of that approachability, not accessibility, because approachability is about like mechanically boiling things down. Or if I'm going to use Final Fantasy XIV as an example here, right? Here's a perfect example. I'm going to throw Final Fantasy XIV under the bus. Accessibility in Final Fantasy XIV is lowering how many like bright flashes and strobe effects and things like that you use in dungeon bosses and mechanics and things of that nature, so you can actually like visually parse what's going on, as well as, you know, not designing boss arenas or AoE markers in ways such that they bleed into each other for people who are colorblind, right? That's accessibility. Approachability stuff is not using so many like AoE things in the first place, right? One is a mechanical adjustment, the other one is a style and visual adjustment. They're both important, but like one is about the mechanics of the way that the thing works, and the other is about the visual and audio presentation of the thing and how you adjust that to make it something that you can sense, that you can parse better with your senses in that sense. While the other is about like, no, we need to like mechanically adjust the thing that is happening so that players do not feel the pressure of like fucking this up, right? And I say all of that, and why it's relevant to what's going on with Funk here is because initially, right, and this is sort of in line with the way that I design games in general, I don't like doing things like numerical difficulty modes in video games because it feels like there is a lack of texture to that, sort of. You wind up doing a thing where, hang on a second. Okay, player state character. Player state funk. Okay. T-Dom, that's the thing. That is preferable to me. That's exactly what I was going to get to next. That is what I find preferable. In other words, how do you feel about difficulty settings that you find between the game balance, i.e., all the variables can be modified independently of one another? This is what I prefer. I prefer this in a general sense, because what that does, right, is that rather than having to define a specific set of rather than having to define, right, a specific set of rather than having to like define a very specific set of rules for, or not even rules, standards for, okay, easy mode is this, normal mode is this, hard mode is that, right? It lets players sort of like individually decide, right, from my experience, I want this. In the article that I wrote, I talked about Unsighted as like a great example of how to do this, right? Because Unsighted has a whole thing where the NPCs are all on timers, right? At least in the default game setting, the NPCs are all on timers. So, and if the timer for that NPC runs out, you know, they die. But Unsighted has a toggle separate from the other ones, right? So it's not like a thing where Unsighted is like, oh, if you toggle on, like, oh, if you play on easy mode, it turns off the timers and auto does this and auto does that, right? It doesn't really do that. Instead, it's like, okay, here's a list of options you can pick from. One of those options is to disable timers for all of your NPCs, so they'll live forever, and you don't have to worry about them like dying, right? But you can leave everything else of the other settings that they have completely untouched, right? And for me, I haven't finished Unsighted yet. I've not finished Unsighted yet, but the plan is whenever I do get back to playing it, I'm going to leave every other sort of gameplay setting as is and just turn off the one for the NPC timers. That's it. And personally, I prefer that. I like how in the custom difficulty of Baldur's Gate 3, you can set it to the enemy the strongest they can be out of combat economy and very sense. Yeah, right? And that kind of modularity, I will be the first to admit that it takes a bit of planning to be able to think about that, and you have to consider which things you're going to allow to go up, down on that front, right? One of the things I would like to implement back into Viral Core Busters as an option thing. So initially, the idea, one of the earliest ideas that I had for Viral Core Busters was this idea that your characters have an operating time, so to speak, right? That basically, if you are not standing at a checkpoint, the data integrity of your character gradually goes down to sort of represent that you are currently in a hostile environment that is not safe for your character. And then once all your data integrity goes down, right? Oops. Like, oops, that's it. That idea I wound up scrapping, but it's one of those things that I have thought about putting back in as a challenge mode sort of ish toggle, where it's like, all right, you want your data to decay when this happens. There's that. A thing that I know for sure I am putting back in is that there is going to be an optional toggle. There's this whole thing where, and I would boot up the Unity version and play through it again to demonstrate this, but, and I might anyway. Let me do this public enum. How to boost it? I think I can probably actually go back and demonstrate it. No. It's the same thing. Yeah, I'll demonstrate this with, oh, sugar. I forgot to do the thing. Hold on. I forgot to post my go live in one other spot, and I feel silly because I was like, I stopped to sit down and do that thing and forgot to do that because my brain is empty. This is a job that I'm good at. This is a thing that I know how to do. の時奇跡をこうダブルを透かせ Thank you so much Lisa Maeve Get an exclamation point I That How you doing? Huh? Okay. Yeah, food. Yeah, I literally just ordered. I literally just ordered Taco Bell. So I'm gonna just here. So yeah, as an example of the as an example of the as an example of the accessibility part of this, right? So one of the things that I did very early on, you can turn this off if you feel like it, right? Like you come over to options, you go to game options, right? If you're like, I really want to do this old school Mega Man style, right? You can do hold inputs for both Funk's booster and for his shots, right? So like if you're like, I want to do this Mega Man style, where I'm gonna like charge up my attacks by holding down the button, then okay, you can do that, right? But if you're like, no, like trying to hold all that all at the same time is just annoying, right? That's what the press stuff is for. This stuff, with being able to do this, I consider these two, like the booster input type and the attack input type, I consider this like a crossover case between approachability and accessibility. Because on the approachability front, you're just making the mechanics mentally easier to contend with, right? I just tap a thing and it will automatically do whatever I need it to do, right? But from the accessibility standpoint, obviously if you're somebody who for whatever reason can't hold multiple buttons at the same time, whether it's because of like I only have one hand, or I have limited mobility in one hand, or whatever, right? That helps on like the accessibility. Guy, fix something. Hold on a second. Give me a second, y'all. Something. I'm saying something is off only because where the heck are all of my? Oh, I must have disabled the passive boost and stuff. Because I'm like, where is that? Okay. So holding on to this is actually not helpful. Lol, Lamau. Okay. There was a system that I wanted to show off to y'all, and I forgot that either at some point I needed to rewrite it, and I never rewrote it, or something else was happening. But basically, as an example of the modular, right? One of the things in Laurel Core Busters that I am putting back in for sure is there's this whole idea of a task boost system, right? Where it's like, hey, you start a level, pick a task that you're gonna do in that level. Like, hey, I'm gonna get rid of like the enemies before the next check. And if I do that, I get like an attack, right? That is the system that's making it back into the game. But one of the things that I'm planning on doing is having a toggle, as opposed to making it like, if you play in hard, you have to play in hard mode to get this. Like, no, I'm gonna do it with a toggle instead, where if you die, you have to give up one of the boosts that you earn, right? Rather than going like, oh yeah, if you play in hard mode, that happens automatically. It's like, no, right? Why? I don't want to do that. I would rather just let people have the option of turning that on, right? But yeah, to me and for me, it has always been, well, not always, in recent design practice for me within like the past 3 to 4 years, I would say, I have always been more invested in doing difficulty through modularity like that, rather than just doing numerical or statistical. Right? For example, let's look at, for example, Shin Megami Tensei no, right? Or we'll talk about it after the ad. Okay, perfect. Average. Um, right. So SMT Nocturne. I waited for the average. So SMT Nocturne's hard mode. I have to double check to see how it affects enemy stats. But I know for a fact that SMT Nocturne's hard mode. SMT Nocturne in hard mode basically like either doubles or triples the cost of all items in stores. Okay? So it's one of those two. I don't remember exactly off the top of my head, right? So when you're going through SMT Nocturne and you're buying, for example, Magatama, right? One of the many gates in terms of like, oh yeah, the game is harder now, is something akin to lol, haha, lamau, hee hee, haha, hoo hoo. It's one of those things where with Nocturne, for example, right? Because they're like, yeah, hard mode, one of the things that we do is we just make things more expensive, right? It just increases the amount of time that you have to spend grinding in order to get Magatama, which is annoying, right? And it's one of those things where it's like, is the game harder now because it's an appreciable challenge? Or is it harder because the tools that you have are being arbitrarily kept from you? In a significant but not very like actually challenging way, right? And that is the main issue. That is the main problem to me. Right? That's me personally. That is my thing. And so far as that's concerned. Well, I don't think I actually. It's I can appreciate having games have section the ability to disable just to demonstrate the application stuff. Although, yeah, right? Like, and I'm gonna put it like this, right? Obvious, not that I'm saying that you said this, but more just like, oh wait a minute, or is it because I forgot to? That's why. That's why I messed up. So then that's actually fine. Okay, good. grab the outfit. That turns up this. What's this? Aim. For right now, we're just gonna do this. And then we're gonna put the funky booster over on copper, and then we're gonna child node. But yeah, no, like stuff like that is actually very useful. There's a game that I immediately started thinking of. There's a game I immediately started thinking of that I can't name right now. Not because I don't remember the name, but because naming it. But yeah, no, there are plenty of games where it's like, right, when you can't use this particular ability, yeah, if you do it correctly, it is a fantastic tool for both demonstrating how much, yeah, like you said, Stephanie, it's a fantastic tool for demonstrating how much you use the thing, as well as, right, in this case, I need to rename this to skill, input script. Okay, cool. And we don't need to assign a state machine because that is handled by that handles it. Now we're going to load func, and now he's probably gonna be turned. Okay, no, it's turned correctly. Good. Okay, good. Okay. And where's that calling? Oh, I never assigned the. I know why that's getting upset. It's because I forgot to do this. All right, that should be okay. So save that. Come over here. I think that should stop being so upset. Nah, still is. I have to figure out. I'll figure that out in a minute. Okay, good. Oh, hold on. We gotta take off. I gotta reconfigure some things. You do not have a wall stick. You do not have a wall jump. Just have auto move, jump, and skill. Jump. You can keep the raycast node. That's fine. But you don't have a wall stick state node. You. This, your func, you only have one jump. Alright. There we go. That's better. And now I just need to turn At some point, I have to like go and actually rotate the model when I export it. I think, but this will probably be fine. There we go. Negative. Phone 90. All things are moderated. Yeah, exactly. Oh, I need to turn the gravity down. That's fine. Okay. It's false. So like right now, the aiming doesn't do anything. We just want to make sure we're transitioning correctly into and out of the parts. Okay, hold on. We got to do one thing. I'm gonna comment that out real quick. Probably my guess is that. My guess is that it's getting too quickly. Yeah, there we go. Okay. Okay, good. So it is exiting properly. I just gotta figure out. I'll figure out the gravity. I just need to make sure that like that's happening. So while we're in the aiming state, this is the thing. Vector direction. New. No, X is gonna go. Y. No, Y. We got print. If nope, not that part. Okay. So Basically, what I'm doing here is relatively simple. Right? We want to make sure. Oh, right. I need to like lock. I need to from. There. There's. Turn lock is true. So basically, we're going to make sure that the player is facing is locked physically while we do this. So I'm doing this in stages because I'm sort of slowly building out parts of this thing, right? So like when I do inputs and stuff, I can't turn around, which is important. We need to basically ensure that we hold still while we can like now we can like aim around properly. So this whole long thing here, I'm gonna demystify this one. Our aiming direction will default to whichever way we're facing, or if hold on, I'm gonna do this one. I want to do something similar. So grab this. I'm just gonna press the box. The X is a box. I. We're going to see. Yeah, actually, less. So basically, there are two parts to the booster. Right? There is aiming the booster and then fire. So right now we're doing the aiming, where at least right now, right? We are just making sure that we can like actually aim, which looks like it's working. If you look at it's hard, you can't see it right now, but this stuff here, all this debug information, is telling us which way we're aiming, and that works fine, which is good. Then we're just going to normalize that. Normalize it so that we always have whole number values for whatever direction. Right? I'm going to keep it nice and simple. At least it's close to that. So cool. We have all that, right? So now we're going to do void boosting. Then here's what we're going to do. Press the scale button again. Well, I should also make sure what things. I got chili cheese on the We are already off to an auspicious 2025. I already got chili cheese on the counter. That's cool. Yeah, we're gonna. This. All right. Recharge time to boost the. Alright. If false. One. Last thing we need. Back to boost velocity. So here we're going to do boost velocity equals vector 0. We always reset it. Here we're going to do boost velocity equals direction times speed. We're gonna go from there. All right. Good. All right. So hopefully I didn't botch this terribly. Let's find out. Yeah, it works. It works. The only problem is that this part kicks in immediately and we needed to wait just a little. And there's an easy way to do that. I'm gonna deal with that in a minute. The other thing I want to make sure I do is over here, ready, I'm gonna say boost duration timer node dot timeout plus equals end booster. So basically, right? So now the only problem is that we got to make sure that our boy can that we unlock turning. Layers script node dot I'll turn lock. So gravity off. So gravity off is false. Turn lock is false. Boost. Then we can turn again. Yay. Yeah. Basically what I have to do. What I'm gonna have to do at some point is that I need to like flip. Yeah, I need to like actually. I should probably do it now, honestly, because the model, like the other models are already turned around, so I should do it for this. Let me go do that, because otherwise it's gonna look funny. So I'm gonna do that behind the scenes in Blenderino. God damn, I forgot how to do animation stuff again. Didn't I? Okay, hold on a second. I gotta figure out how to do this again. Because of course I forgot. I gotta double check these things. Basically, I need to remind myself which way I turned the characters in Blender, and then turn Funk that way in Blender, and then re-export as model, and then we should be fine. But the hard part is remembering which way I turned it, because I forgot. Except, okay, looks like I already turned it correctly. So then the question is mostly, why does this not remember? Okay. I need to do this. Objects active collection. I thought I did this. Okay. Person hands me at Blizzard and goes, "You're really pretty, by the way. So sorry if you ever catch me staring at you or acting nervous." I mean, okay, rare footage of me actually getting to be the one to not get immediately clowned. So I feel like I am obligated to say this. I mean, I've seen pictures of you. Where is the lie? I have seen pictures of you. Where is the lie? I'm just saying. You gotta forgive me. Normally people are doing that to me. Normally people are doing that to me, even when I haven't shaved and like I'm like clean looking. So turnabout, I had to take a turnabout. Forgive me. Forgive me this one indulgence. Because normally what happens is that people in my own community will literally just look at me and go, "It's time. It's time." So this one time, I'm like, I gotta take advantage. Okay, yeah, I see. So yeah, you not, I didn't. Did I not export it? All right, well, let's try this again. It's not our fault. It's not coming. I every time, every time I sit and I say to myself, "It's all good. I've got it. It's me. I'm the one." And I get God every time. Um, make local, and then skill. Oh yeah, these are cool. Okay. I don't want to tell you. I'm feeling extra sappy tonight. I'm sorry. Oh, that's why. In LA, that's what it is. Okay. Now I remember. Um, Render home Facebook. Here. Children. Nothing more special than yes. Dang. Okay. Okay. Side which is that is I like that. That is okay. So the basics of this look like they're working. It's mostly just that. It's mostly just that the main problem that we're running into right now is that it is triggering the booster state without letting me aim first. And what that comes down to is okay, so oh, I put it in the wrong spot. This stuff should be an active, right? Oh, public. That might be fun. Let me see. Nope, still causes the problem. Which is fine. I think. Okay, so there it's different. There we were able to say that the flow timer does a little bit, and that's all good. Okay, so we do want to do this. Okay, I gotta think things through. So the main issue that we have right now is mostly that this code is being interpreted immediately after this is activated, which is not what we want. I have a way around this. I just need to like dig a little deeper. go. Game. Get. Oh, time dot. Time dot get. Go. So what I just did here, right? Entry time. Set project time and which time in minutes. MS is checked at entered. So the reason why we're doing this is because it's very simple. A trick I learned from a long time. Entry time minus time dot get ticks. 1 second is greater than that. So basically speaking, right? That little trick there is used to basically make sure that like the initial press of the button doesn't the initial press of the button doesn't force us to wait, no, I did this wrong. It should be this minus this is greater than. Basically, this makes it so that right now we actually have time to aim, right? As y'all saw, like we actually now have time to aim. So the trick here is that this right here, this basically makes it so that, let's say that we enter the state at 55 seconds. And then when we press the scale button, right, it's 55.0, like it's like 55.005, right? This little bit of code makes it so that it's like, hey, wait a minute. It gives us time to like actually stop and aim us, which means okay, so I need to change the speed of the boost. I need to change our boost speed, because I think 300 is a little too fast for the duration that we have. Jump, press it. There we go. So there we go. 200, and we'll say boost duration now is 0.5. So as y'all can see, right, I'm changing this all over here in such a way that one. It's not. I might be misreading how this works. Give me 1 second. Silly me. I made the mistake of thinking that I was dealing with something else. There we go. Much better. So now we actually have time to aim, right? As y'all can see, now we actually have time to aim. And then once we once the timer runs out, we're good. Now that said, we still have a couple other things to deal with. We need to be able to actually see, for example, when Funk's meter is charging. So, time for a little bit of trickery. We want this to be something that we see in game, but I haven't figured out. This is the only thing I haven't figured out. Because in Unity, you could sit down and just like do. I'm gonna just have to see this thing. Go. 2D. Hey Meerkat, how you doing? Hopefully well. Good to see you. Okay. 2D. Okay. Alright, got some orange chocolate shortbread cooking. How you doing? I'm doing okay in the overall. I'm just trying to see if I can get away with doing thing real quick for visualization purposes, or if I am about to get yeah, that's what I was worried about. The only way that I know how to do that is right. Yeah, doing all right overall. Um, I'm just taking a quick look to see if there's a way for me to like do a specific visual element that I'm thinking of in a way that um, doesn't involve other shenaniganry. It would be nice, but no, not the funk clips. Damn it, computer! No, I like watching Defunct Land, but not right now. That's not the thing I'm looking for. So on the plus side, at the very least, I got the thing. Okay, it looks like I found something. Okay, cool. Miracle of miracles, I found a video tutorial that gets straight to the point. Not even 5 minutes. It's a nice 3 minute, like just a nice little 3.5 minute. Exactly the way that I like it. Alright, let's add child node. Nice, Debbie. Hi, Squishy. Thank you, Squishy. Okay, cool. I just need to remember how to like actually set up the pod response. This is the only part that's acting a little weird. $20.75 is not here, so first it's going to be over. I do a coding project for school that processes an API. Speaking and changing the code for an error. Only realized that error today is an API call has a space in the beginning link. It's over gang. Nope. It means you got knocked down, and now you got back up again. It be like that. I feel that. I get it. I feel that. I feel that. I have been there. Where it's like the one thing that kept me from doing this one thing was like, dang, I forgot that. I forgot that one thing. I'm screaming, I'm crying, I'm throwing up, right? Yeah, exactly. The space is gone now, though. You found it, and that's the important part. Space isn't real. It can't hurt you anymore. Exactly. Now, why is that's okay. No progress bar. 2025. Finish the story. Dang it! I gotta finish my silly story. Get it. Get in. I believe. So we do have at least that. That's good. So let me see here. Okay, so the only thing is now why. That why? I'm gonna show and keep passing my slices. So like, yes. That is what we are. That is what I like to hear. Okay, so it looks like the actual like charge meter is gonna take a little more time to figure out, but at the very least, it looks like we have this stuff. Looks like it's correct. Oh, hold on a second. I need to set these. I need to do this little different. Player, state, funk booster. We're gonna kill this. So, here's what I'm gonna do. Direction dot Y. I was trying to be clever initially and do something else, but I need to split these inputs apart. Direction dot Z. There we go. I have to split these apart so that I can I have to split these apart so that I'm not. Hold on. There we go. All right, good. That should work better. Yep, there we go. So I don't have a progress bar part sorted out completely yet. You can sort of see the progress bar where it's supposed to be, just above Funk's head. You can see where it's supposed to be just above Funk's head. But I've got the important parts of it sorted. And then here, what we're gonna do is player script node force turn math dot sign direction dot. Should do is I don't have the proper animation set up yet. Chat just flooded with cutie. Yeah. Absolutely. But also, in case I didn't say hi, Cal. Hi, Cal. Good to see you. Good. So the booster works correctly. Force turn does not. Hang on. Okay, it should turn us around in 50, but it doesn't yet. That's fine. But the important part is that Funk's booster basically works the way it's supposed to. The only thing that doesn't work yet is if Funk charges into the ground, it's supposed to stop. It's supposed to like undo it all. But everything else about Funk's booster basically works the way it's supposed to. Like it's on a timer. And you can't like use it again until after timer's expired. And the only thing that's left now is to be able to just like actually see the timer when I think I can, even if I can't get the meter part to display correctly, I think I can do at least let me just do public charge. Basically all you need is to oh, this is a problem. That's a problem. Alright, I'm gonna duplicate this. That I'm gonna do. Oh, actually, no, I'm being silly. I'm being silly. There we go. That's what I should call this. Right. Yeah. That's right. Bars. public override process if stop trying to think you know what I want, computer. It's not what I want. I just want a regular if statement. Thank you. If and still actually just take my put that here. So basically speaking, oh, it's angry. It's angry because okay, that means I missed this. Oh, it's because you would expect it to be in there. All right, hold on. Player script. No. There we go. That should fix it. It doesn't quite do the thing that I want, but the actual booster works the way it's supposed to. So you know what? We'll take that. That's a dub. The booster works the way that it's supposed to, and we'll take that as a dub. Okay. Yeah, we'll take that. We're a bit over time anyway, and I am more willing to just like get incremental stuff done than push too hard. And I don't want to get too wrapped up in this and forget to do a couple of things I need to go handle. So we're gonna call stream there. Thank y'all for coming by. Deeply appreciate it. So, good job on all that work. Thank you. All right. I'm going to find us somebody to hang out with real quick. Let me see first of all if my back is updated or not, so I can figure out if I have somebody or if I'm just gonna have to sit down and yeah, okay, I gotta do it. So, Nightbot has already said 2 of the major things recently. If you want to hang out with us when we're not doing like stream stuff, and you don't mind making a Roblox account that you're never going to use, you can join us on Gilded. The application link is up there. And then the message that just got dropped off the chat by Nightbot. If you want to know more about the game dev co-op that I helped co-found, that's it. That's links are in chat. Munity. Take the words COM out of community, take the letters COM out of community, and that's how you spell it. We have our site over at munity.games. We have Patreon over by the same name. And if you want to play Shoot Lancer, which is our first game we're working on together, we have a Pay What You Want prototype up on our itch page, which consists of multiple thingadoos. Consists of, I said multiple. We have a Windows, a Mac, and Linux executables, so you can use all of those to play. So yeah, thank y'all for that, for hanging out and everything. Stream plans. Friday. Okay, 2 important things, actually. I'm gonna grab a thing real quick. This is rare footage of me, actually, being, advertising things that are important. Hey, so, very important. On Friday, this is not gonna affect stream or anything, but, there is... I'm gonna be doing a talk about some stuff with KT, the 2 of us. It's gonna be, when is the stream? I can never remember the time. The time for the stream is, brain is doing her. Basically, the long and short of it is that we are having a developer, there's this developer hardship fundraiser stream going on, that the Game Dev Color Expo is running. Me and KT will be some of the people that are talking there, amongst others. We'll be talking a bit about Shoot Lancer, showcasing Shoot Lancer a bit, doing some stuff. When I know when the stream is, I'll be putting it up on my Blue Sky. I, for the life of me, cannot find out when the stream is actually happening, because there it is. It's from 3 to 9 p.m. That's what I was looking for here. It's from 3 to 9 p.m. Eastern Time on January 3rd. I don't know when our slot is. It is somewhere in there. But check that out if you can. If it does not directly run into my stream time, I will be streaming on Friday at 6 p.m. Eastern Time at the usual time, depending on when we're up. I don't know when. I don't know when it is for us in that window, but we're going to be up at something. So we'll be talking about Shoot Lancer. If it does not happen during my stream time, I intend to do the thing where I play fighting games on Friday. Sunday, we're going to play more SMP Nocturne at 5 p.m. Eastern Time, and then next Wednesday is more game dev stuff. I will probably have progress bars sorted out by then for viral core busters, more than likely. That's it. That's the tweet. Alright, I'm just gonna go to Twitch and go pull something in, because the background that I use for telling who is up and what is going on has not been updated, so I have to make that call myself. So we're gonna go hang out. We're gonna go hang out with, let me see. You know what? We haven't been by this stream for a while, so we're gonna go hang out. We're gonna go hang out with Chris One. He's currently playing some Marvel Rivals. Just having him a good time. He does variety stream stuff. But it looks like right now he's playing some Marvel Rivals, so we're gonna go hang out with him. Give him an SH does raids. When we get over there, let him know who sent you. Use your favorite emotes. Don't have to be my emotes. Whichever emotes you want. Stay safe, wash your hands, wear a mask, don't go outside if you don't have to. Be excellent to each other. You're not the bigots, racist, terrorists, sexist, anti-queer folks, or Zionists. Black Lives Matter. trans rights, and human rights. Reproductive rights. Palestine and Sudan, Congo, New Caledonia must all be free. That's pretty much the story. And that's pretty much all I got. Thank y'all for hanging out. Keep your eyes open for the hardship fundraiser with Gabriel the Color Expo. And I'll see y'all when I see y'all. Take care. Catch y'all on the flip side. Oh wait, I forgot my links. My links. Game analysis and design stuff. I have my own Neo Cities vlog where I do that. I have the Vice follow-up written and we'll be posting it probably tomorrow. I had to rewrite it like twice because I didn't save it like twice. So I have an RSS feed there. So if you know how to use an RSS reader, you can just like subscribe to my SHS Games vlog that way and just get stuff in your RSS feed. Stream vlogs are from YouTube. Ko-Fi, support me in the stream without paying money to Amazon and Jeff Bezos. I keep more money from that. It's better for me than a Twitch sub in theory. So if you want to like help crowdfund or outright buy like anonymous stream gifts, Stone does that. Hard has my social media links. I'm mostly active on Blue Sky. Let's go hang out with Chris one because I gotta go do this other thing. Appreciate y'all. Thank you. Whether I see you on Friday or Sunday or next week Wednesday, stay frosty. Deuces.